It's like this family is ours to exploit.
Let's make a fortune.
Wait, I've got an idea.
And don't try pinning it on the paparazzi again.
Leave it to Meghan and Harry to turn a 2-hour car ride around the block into a Fast and Furious farce. Seriously, the couple tried selling this like they were Thelma and Louise going over the cliff. Well, no worries. The Meghan scam in trying to use the memory of Princess Diana's death to gain people's sympathy has backfired big time. You better believe it. This is the beginning of the end for the celebrity clickbait couple that promoted a polished turd rolled in glitter. That's a story so rotten that nothing can distract from its stench. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all doing well, my friends. I have missed you. I've been absent for the last 2 weeks fighting the giant flu. Finally slayed the beast, and I'm happy to be back in the saddle. As for the Meghans, they've reached the end of the road. Pun fully intended. The couple are now paying a price for basing a story, this near catastrophic car crash, on something that didn't happen.
Prince Harry and Meghan were followed by paparazzi. Their spokesperson called it a near catastrophic car chase. But I think people in New York know if it was possible to have car chases in New York.
Yes, we had 3 idiots, 3 armored SUVs, a taxi, a police escort, paparazzi on a bicycle, Manhattan traffic, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Whoa.
All the perfect ingredients for a calamity except for one. It wasn't the right city for a car chase. This wasn't the LA freeways and O.J. Simpson.
Followed by the sheriff, the Orange County Sheriff, Santa Ana police officers.
I would find it hard to believe that there was a 2-hour high-speed chase.
So why then do the king and queen of double standards and deception continue to push this false fable? Because they're desperate.
And next thing you know, Prince Harry and his wife were hopping into my cab. And then instead they were just about to give me the location where they were gonna go, but then they told me to circle back to the precinct. So we circled back to the precinct.
Did it feel like the paparazzi were being aggressive?
No. They were behind us. I mean, they stayed on top of us. That was pretty much it. There was nothing more, you know.
See, you can't change people who are greedy, selfish, and stupid. Can't be done. Only life can do that. But I will damn well make sure to keep calling them out. And if you want to join me in calling out the couple and you want to make sure that Prince Hair Plugs needs a treatment sooner rather than later, all you got to do is hit the subscribe button.
In New York City, we have a strong media presence, but the expectation for privacy in our city is not really that high.
How dare you, sir?
So once again, the Montecito wannabes have overplayed their hand. See, this happens every time people act before they think. And even though Harry is running out of time before his royal credit cards are maxed out, meaning before his titles are actually stripped, which means at the end of the day that no titles, no money, no honey, no Meghan, because that's how it plays, he has got to rebuild the brand in order to hold on to his wife because she originally married him thinking he was a billionaire.
Not a great plan.
And their latest publicity stunt, it not only didn't help them, but it exposed the couple as nothing less than a pair of addicts who get high on reading their names in the headlines. So what did you think about that? You saw the way that they entered the Ziegfeld Theater through the rear entrance? They walked right through the Hertz rental car agency. Prince Hair Plugs and the Heartbeat came off less like royalty and more like it was a used car salesman attending a trade conference with a washed-up showgirl and her mom. Not the best way to relaunch the Worldwide Privacy Tour Part 2. But you know what really gets stuck in my craw? It's all the lies. I mean, how many times over 5 years did the Meghans lecture the world about their family, security, and privacy? You even had Princess Pinocchio didn't attend the king's coronation because she said, you know, she had a 4-year-old's birthday party to make sure that she put together. But then she spent almost a week in the Big Apple where she left her 2 kids back home with strangers in the California chicken coop, all so she can make her big city debut in NYC.
Thank you for this truly special honor. It's funny because as a young girl, I would come home.
Then after the first leg of the Paparazzi Death Race 2000, the couple left the safety of their 3 armored convoy black SUVs just to jump in a taxi cab with a perfect stranger. No security checks, no background vetting, just a Big Apple cabbie they didn't know.
And next thing you know, Prince Harry and his wife, a garbage truck, were hopping into my cab. No.
And then they wonder out loud to the press why nobody believes them anymore. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are shocked by reaction to the NYC car chase. Absolutely not exaggerated. Yeah, and the boy who cried wolf was only doing it to hold a drill so everybody would know where to stand when the time came for the furry fiend to actually make his appearance. Now, see, that kind of explanation may play well in a therapist's office in 2023, but it's not something I go for. I'm all for facts, and we have the receipts to name the attention hogs by their real name as 2 loathsome liars. So see, the couple are actually shocked only because they know the jig is up. Nobody is buying their cock and bull story, not even the police. The NYPD assisted the private security team protecting the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex arrived at their destination and there were no reported collisions, summonses, injuries, or arrests in regard. So simply stated, nothing bad happened. It makes complete sense. Because if you look at the pictures that TMZ shared and all the other newspapers, you'd see that the couple weren't scared. Otherwise, you wouldn't have Meghan smiling like the cat that ate the canary and Harry's taking a video in preparation for another future Netflix series. See, true fear, true trauma is not only paralyzing, but it is also enraging. Now, I want you to bear with me for a moment because I know what I'm talking about. At the age of 7, it took me over 8 months to break my father's hold over me after he had kidnapped me. Once I was done with being terrified, it was game over for him. That's all she's saying, because even a 7-year-old can be brave at times. Now, I'm making a video on the full story of my kidnapping from beginning to end, but I wanted to share the fact that it happened with you so you would understand why I find that all of Harry's BS, why it's so truly reprehensible to me. Despite facing backlash over their version of events, Harry, 38, and Meghan, 41, refused to be silenced. As far as staying out of sight and being scared to show their faces, that's just not going to happen, the source tells US. I don't believe it. Something smells rotten in Denmark. Either this reporter doesn't know how to do common research, or this journalist is just another Sussex squad stenographer trying to paint a rosier picture than reality. Because that did not happen. Harry and Meghan skip awards gala, shock their credibility is under siege. Meghan Markle opted to not attend the star-studded gala as she and Prince Harry remain mired in questions about whether they inflicted serious reputational damage on themselves with their disputed car chase claims. That is exactly what happened. Because you can imagine any other reason that Duchess Duplicitous would miss an event where she could take the center stage and then be handed over an award that her half-wit finger puppet had secured with his titles and money for her? Because it wouldn't happen in a million years. The only reason I could think she didn't show up at that Beverly Hills ceremony is because her new agents at William Morris advised her, it might not really be a good look for you. You just said a week ago that you were kind of traumatized that you had this nearly catastrophic car crash. So showing up to picking up an award where there are a bunch of paparazzi and footlights might just come across disingenuous. What the agents don't realize is that hypocrisy is a way of life for the Meghans. It's just who they are. I think a lot of people are quite dumb to how it works, says the Manchester-based paparazzo Aaron Parfit. People think we are scumbags hanging out of trees, but these celebrities are ringing us. This gives us more to understand the hater and the hustler. They catapulted themselves to global stardom by using the paparazzi. Without them, they'd be nothing right now. They wouldn't exist. So whether you're talking about a staged hike in the back of the hills of Meghan's home, where she just happens to be all dressed and made up just in time for a pap to snap a pic, or she went out with Harry to go to dinner with Gwyneth Paltrow, Cameron Diaz, and all their spouses, there is only one constant. You got organizations and companies like Backfired who are always ready in the background with their cameras to grab a picture. See, every time you look at a photo, look at the tiny print at the bottom. You'll see Backfired. That is not by accident. And for all the naysayers who are starting to moan saying, hey, how do you know that these photographers weren't hiding in the bushes? Think again. Stalker is arrested lurking outside Harry and Meghan's Montecito mansion in the middle of the night after their security staff placed him under a citizen's arrest. So the king and queen of double standards have made more than enough money selling their family down the river to afford the best in security. So no one's going to catch them by surprise in their house, nor should they. It doesn't matter if you like them or not. Everybody should be safe and sound in the security of their own home. But since we're talking about protection, we got to mention Harry. He is so envious of his brother that he demands armed protection, just not so he can be safe, so he can feel as important as him. And you remember about 6.5 weeks ago, how smug he looked on his first day in court? Well, those days are gone. That grin has been wiped off his face with a new ruling. Prince Harry loses legal bid to buy police protection in UK. Committee considered it was not appropriate for wealthy people to buy protective security, including armed police. Now, that's great news, but what not many people know is that the hater and the hustler not only demanded to have armed protection morning, noon, and night, but they also wanted intelligence from the security services anytime they requested them. Could you imagine the abuse of power that could lay in their hands if they could say, hey, we need to find out what's going on with this Hollywood studio head? What's going on with this broker in London? They don't need to have that information. So we can say, thank God that round one was a win for the UK. So everything's going pear-shaped for Harry and Meghan, as it should. They make one bad decision after the other, and it all stems from their character. But right now, the number one problem facing them is that they're lying to themselves. They are still caught up in pretending that they are working royals. I mean, you want to see a true working senior royal? Now, Meghan's can't hold a candle to Princess Catherine or the love she has in her heart for her people. In a world of darkness and lies, character counts above all. Truth, honor, and hope are your armor, sword, and shield. Compromise any single one of them, and you're done. But hold firm and steady, and no matter what life throws at you, you're going to discover this untapped strength that'll slap you back to your feet and make you forever undefeated. So if you found value in this video and you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, push the notification bell, and share with your family, friends, and coworkers, and leave your thoughts and questions in the comments down below. And remember, we never bow down, we never bend the knee. Always forward.